The best hair, the highest grades, the most money. Are these really achievements, or just mirrors of what others desire? For a while, I thought pride was something handed to me. A nod, a smile, a well done from someone else's lips. But fulfillment, peace, love, these are the quiet victories, the ones that live inside, the ones that no one can take away. Surface level triumphs might make you feel wanted, but they're not really yours. They're the successes others wanted from you. True achievement is different. It's being someone you can be proud of when the applause is gone, when it's only you, and you're enough.
Welcome back. I found some more soda water. Just by this label, can you guess what country I'm in? It's Thailand. I'm in Thailand right now. But it's been a lot of fun. And we've met up with some friends, so that's been really nice to see some people from home. So I got sick last week, and that's why I didn't end up uploading, because I literally had no voice. And if my voice sounds funny now, that's why, because I'm still like kind of sick. I just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience in Seoul, South Korea. And I loved Seoul. I thought it was a really cool city. We weren't even really planning on going there at first, but then we realized we needed a flight out of Japan anyway. So I saw a video about the different like coffee shops and stuff they had there, and I thought, why not? But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We only ended up spending about a week there. Honestly, I enjoyed Seoul more than I enjoyed Japan, just because I think it was a little bit more lively of a place to be. I thought Japan, like, people weren't very social, I noticed, but in Seoul, like, we didn't go anywhere else in South Korea, literally only Seoul, but people were just a little bit more outgoing, I would say. And oh my god, the amount of coffee shops and cafes, I loved it. There were so many. If you are a coffee addict like I am and you love going to little specialty coffee shops, I highly recommend going to Seoul, because there's countless. And honestly, we didn't even end up doing that much in Seoul because, like I said, we were only there for a week, but we just kind of explored the huge city. So we went to a few of the different districts. I can't even remember the name of them, but they were all like pretty cool, and they all had their own little personalities. And like the old town was really, really cool. We got some Michelin star ice cream. I didn't even know ice cream could be Michelin star. It was really good, and it was just like this random ice cream shop in the middle of like Old Town Seoul. I also thought it was funny because we explored like the district of Gangnam, and if you guys were around in like 2012, you know that the song I'm talking about, Gangnam Style, they are in love with that song there. It's like that whole identity. They have a whole like statue dedicated to that song because it's really what put K-pop on the map, I think. So yeah, that was pretty funny. And the mall was crazy. It was so big. We didn't have very long to explore it, so we saw like barely any of it, but it was gigantic. The museums and the temples and parks and stuff were all really cool as well, and completely free, which I thought was nice. They had a lot of free activities to do there, which I thought was pretty cool. And the last thing we did, we went on like the DMZ tour, so like the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea, and our guide was so good. She did a really good job at explaining kind of the history behind the two countries and why there's the demilitarized zone. And I felt like I learned so much that day. I thought it wasn't, the most fun day, but I thought it was super rewarding because just the amount of stuff that I was able to learn, and very insightful, I guess. And I definitely recommend it if you're into like history and stuff. And even if you're not into history, I thought it was just really worth learning about, because it's still a conflict that's ongoing to this day, and I think it's interesting but also important to know about these sort of things. Anyway, so I also wanted to talk a little bit about achievement today and kind of how that definition has changed for me. So one of the prompts I read was, what does achievement mean to you? And I'll read you what I wrote. So to me, achievement means I reached a goal after hard work, emphasis on work. I think that achievement looks different for me now than it used to, because I used to be so driven by outside influence and approval that achievement meant that someone else was proud of me for doing something. Most of the time, it was a tangible or measurable thing. I felt pride when I got praise from others and constantly searched for it. Over the last while, the definition of achievement for me has changed and evolved. This is because I've started genuinely thinking about myself and what achievements I can be proud of for myself. Now, the hard work isn't necessarily something tangible, like getting a good grade. However, this is still important to me. It's more of a feeling and reflection on myself. Achievement to me means that I've put in effort to better myself in any way possible. Even if I can't outright measure it with a grade, I know if I have achieved this by reflecting on my past and on my future. I ask myself things like, can I be happy with the way I conduct myself? Have I put in genuine effort to improve where I can? If the answers to these questions are yes, then I know I have achieved something. And that's the beauty of it. These achievements are ever ongoing, and I can always be achieving. And that gives me some hope. So basically, all that to say is, I've started to try and look at achievement as less of like a thing that I can measure, like outright, and more of something that I can feel. And I feel like I've achieved a lot over these last couple of months, even though I have nothing to show for it. And that's a really good internal feeling, because you can't really put it into words, these things that you've achieved, but you can feel really good about yourself. And I mean, who doesn't want to feel better about themselves? So this might be a little bit of a shorter one, because I feel like I said all I needed to say in my journal entry, but I think that achievement doesn't have to mean like getting a good grade or getting a raise at work. It can be, that can definitely be part of it, but I think the most rewarding achievements are ones that you've put in effort into yourself, and you can kind of feel the difference in how you would act or how you would react or how you conduct yourself, and you're more proud of yourself for that now, because in my opinion it's harder work, like more difficult to look inwards and reflect and improve on yourself than to get an A in math class, because those things are harder to achieve. They're almost more valuable, and they feel better. And it's not like, okay, you get an A in math class and then you're done. It's like, okay, well, I achieved this, so now my next step is this, and then my next step is this, and it's something you can do throughout your entire life, which I think is really, really cool. And I think it's something that everyone should strive for. And I think this ties back to what I was saying in my other video, where it literally just comes down to like internal reflection, and that's how you'll know what to improve. That's how you know how to improve, is to just listen to what your inside self says. So anyway, that's all I had to say today, because like I said, we were only in Seoul for a week and I said everything I needed to say in my journal. But I am about to go enjoy the beach, enjoy the sun, and enjoy some time with some friends. So other than that, thank you guys so much for watching and for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.